dry lands with waterfall.
Do you believe that the Earth is flat, or do you believe that it's round? Watch this video.
Gravity of the sun. So the sun can hold on to the Earth, can hold on to Pluto, but it can't affect the moon. You know who is in charge of all international flights? NASA.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
NASA is in charge of
Actually?
all,
What?
and they run GPS.
Not a commercial plane has flown over Antarctica?
No, none, ever.
Whoa,
And now
why?
Because you can't fly over Antarctica. Look at the Earth. They'll come over Antarctica. And
This
then
guy
they'll
gotta
just
be a
come
comedian.
back. But there's so many pilots now that have
There's
spoken
no
out.
way.
Military and commercial pilots.
A little bit too much for my brain.
This one's going to send you over the edge.
All right.
Okay?
No pun intended.
Over the edge. Southern flights prove that the Earth is not a ball. This is the World Cup soccer.
Oh.
Okay? They were in Doha. They wanted to go back to Buenos Aires. They went to Rome to refuel, and then they went back there. Why didn't they just go here? Because if they did, there's no place to refuel out here. On a flat Earth, Doha, Rome, Buenos Aires. Taiwan to Los Angeles. They had an emergency right about here. Well, where would you land? Well, you could go to Hawaii. You might as well go to Los Angeles. Instead, they went all the way to Alaska. Okay?
Flat Earth.
Right? Flat Earth, Taiwan, Alaska, Los Angeles. Okay. So here's an emergency. They were going from New York to Hawaii, right about here, and they said we have to land. So they went to Seattle, which is like 1,000 miles out of the way. They got there in record time.
So you were right for 30 years and didn't know why. Now you are wrong and you still don't know why. So what physics of water only works if the Earth is flat? It's not what physics of water. All physics of water prove a flat Earth. All bodies of water or all bodies of liquid need a container. Notice how the liquid in this cup is laying flat and it's contained. Let's scale it up a little bit to these puddles of water. Right here is where the water is contained. This water is calm, so it's laying flat. Here, we're going to scale it up even larger. Here's a swimming pool. The water is contained and it lays flat and level when calm. Scale it up one more time. Here's a massive lake. This lake is contained by the edges here. All of this water is flat and level when it stays calm. Here's a bird's eye view of the Nile River, 4,000 miles long of flat, level water that eventually leads into the Mediterranean Sea. If this body of liquid needs a container, this body of liquid needs a container. How big does the body of water have to be, or the body of liquid in this case, have to be in order for the physics to change? Here are your Earth's oceans, laying flat and level, contained by this white ring around here. What is this white ring? This white ring is your ice wall. Our oceans must have a container. Here's your container. Here's your container. Here's your container. Containing all of the Earth's oceans. No matter how bad we want it to, the physics of water does not change as the container grows. The bigger the body of water, eventually it's going to start to curve over the Earth. Impossible. We have to deny all actual science and believe in pseudoscience. Science that is not measurable, observable, or repeatable. All measurable, observable, and repeatable science points to a flat and stationary Earth.
So a lot of people are wondering what the map looks like that I found in my encyclopedia. So let's find out. So I have 4 books in this collection of Funk and Wagnall's standard reference encyclopedias. This is the first one that I have gotten to look at. This was, I think, last touched in 1966. So let's get into the map. So, as you can see, this is, the North Pole. And all around it is, you guessed it, Antarctica. This map has the North Pole as the mathematical center. From it, true distance to any part of the world can be measured. Such a projection shows to advantage the Great Circle routes used in navigation which pass near the Arctic Circle. Polar projection maps are indispensable to a global-minded nation. So this is the World Mercator projection and all of its times. So a couple of things on this map that didn't make sense to me was that Antarctica was not labeled on here at all, but we know that the bottom is Antarctica because this is the Antarctic Circle that goes all the way around. So look at Antarctic Circle all the way around, and beyond the Antarctic Circle is Antarctica. If we're doing the world, we should include Antarctica. Why did it stop right here before it at 9? And all of these are not equal distance. This is A, and this is also A. They just overlap. So I took this map and I cut it up and I marked down the lines of the Arctic Circle, the equator, and the Antarctic Circle. Let's put this together. So you can see that A and Z are practically the same, they have the same time. So when you put this map together, it looks like the first map that I showed you. And we know that the North Pole is in the middle of the Arctic Circle, which goes around here. All of the times are right, and we are surrounded by the Antarctica. There's tons of different information in these books, so let me know if there's anything else that you might want me to go over.
Of the video, he shows a CD or a disc. He immediately draws the geometric shape of an oblate spheroid. We can see how he separates the oblate spheroid with a disc that has a hole in the center. Then, below, he draws a circle, immediately paints it completely black. From this black circle, rays come out and 3 rays pass through the hole in the center. Below he writes, still. What of the possible meanings of this black circle may be the black sun? He draws reliefs on the edge of the hole and writes North Pole. And above this hole, inside what would be the celestial vault, he draws a star, the polar star or Polaris. He marks 2 points and connects them in a circle and writes equator. He draws 2 lines that go down from the polar star to the 2 points. The lines form a triangle. He highlights 2 of the rays coming out of the black sun and also forms a triangle, but vice versa. And he writes, as above so below. It's one of the 7 principles of Hermes Trismegistus. It appears on the emerald tablet and then in the